CRT Matt here, and today we're going to build the Dead Zone Enforcer Insurgence Protocol starter. Now say that 3 times fast. I know I had a hard time with it. But we're going to take a look at the sprues. We're going to take a look at how to put it together, what kind of steps that you need to take to put them together, because there was a question on Reddit. I noticed someone had a little bit of an issue putting these together because they didn't do it in a certain way, and they've never put together a Dead Zone kit or a Mantic kit before. So I hope this helps him out there. That Reddit follower, you know who you are. How you doing? My name's CR Matt, and here's your solution to your problem, sir. Now let's get to the sprues. Now what I want to point out on these sprues here is don't cut them all out at once. We have a tendency as modelers to cut out all the arms, the torsos, the legs, and what have you. And the reason why I say don't do that is because on these sprues, if you look in the light, there's letters that identify what belongs with what. Especially down here with the DOG drone, which has an L or an R, which I don't know if you can see on camera, but an L and an R, that's left leg, right leg. And it's saying that these are the right legs, these are the left legs. Pretty easy to decipher. This right here has the letter D, C, B, and A. So these are arms for A, B, and C here, right here. Now, what does that mean? Well, these bodies down here, doesn't really matter. Torso doesn't really matter. The A gun goes with the A gun. The C gun goes with the C gun arms. So if you're looking for the sniper rifle to put together, this says C, the letter C. There's a letter C down here that identifies the arm that goes with that sniper rifle. So we're going to remember that. Also, something to remember about the torsos. It doesn't really matter which torso you put on what, but on the box, they have the sniper rifle. He's crouching. There are 6 legs. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 legs and only 5 torsos. So they give you an option of either building the one crouching down or that one can be standing up. There's also a couple female builds or bodies, or there's 3 of them here. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's 2 male bodies, and you can tell just by the waistline or looking down the front. And of course, you got the heads. You have female heads, you got male heads, stuff like that. So we're going to start by cutting out our lovely little dog bot off this sprue, get it out of the way, and build it. So let's get into that. He's glued to the base. I used a Gorilla Glue. Now we're going to build the Pathfinders. Now the way I build Mantic stuff is I've built a lot of them, so I can kind of cut them out and know which one belongs where. Now if you ever don't, and this goes across any models that you ever build, do one at a time. And I know everyone has a tendency of doing them all consecutively and cutting out all the bodies, cutting out all the legs and all of that. And that works, but with Mantic models, if you've never done it before, this is the way I would do it. So we know we have one crouching based on our photo, one crouching. And you can actually look online to find out which bodies they put with which legs that they put them with on their website, the picture on the website, which I'll show you guys right here. So as you can see, we've got 5 guys. You can look at their bodies and kind of decipher their torsos and decipher which legs go with what and decipher which ones go with what on the sprue. But if you're not into that, we know we're going to make a sniper. So our sniper rifle says here, this is the letter C up here. We're going to cut this out. This is letter C. And we know based on the photo on the front of the box and online, they've got this sniper crouching down, and that's the one wearing a hood. So we know that the body that we're going to be cutting out for this is the crouching down. Now, you don't have to do this. You can actually put them on a stand-up body, which is fine as well. But the hood is really designed, I think personally, for a crouching figure. So we got the crouching, we got the sniper rifle, and the sniper rifle is letter C. And we're going to go over here and find arm C, which is right here. We're going to cut that out. Right here. So we got arm C, sniper rifle C, we got the crouching torso, and this is the head that belongs with that one. It's got a cape on it. So in the picture, this is photographed with a cape. So that's the one we're going to use. Cut that out. So we got the cape. Now we need the torso. And the torso, based on the box and the picture, you can tell it's one of these bodies with body armor. So we can really pick any one we want. There's no specific torso that you got to use, but for this, but we're going to go ahead and pick one of these ones, right? This one right in the middle. Okay. So we did it. Our Pathfinders are glued together. They're all in their glory, including the sniper. Thing to remember about the sniper, of course, is the actual cape and head are attached to each other. And when you're putting it on there, there's a little notch that for the head on the inside to where you got to line it up between the arms. And remember, when you're putting these guns together, put the weapon on first, whether it's on the left side or the right side. Then put your arm on, put some glue where the hand connects to the rifle or weapon itself, and stick it on the arm and just kind of bring it up there with your fingers or with tweezers. Like I use tweezers and I use kind of both, and just move it up and marry them together and just put a little more glue on it. And you can adjust the hand because it should stick pretty quick, especially with this type of glue that I'm using. Just push the gun up just a little bit to know that you've got a good connection. So there's the Pathfinders. Now we're going to move on to the Peacekeepers. Let's get it done. The Peacekeepers are really interesting. In Firefight, the shields really don't matter that much. You just have assault weaponry. They don't do anything. In Dead Zone, they give you a defender shield. It's an extra rule that they have in there. With the Dominator rifle or the energy gauntlet is another thing that you can put on there. Now the Peacekeepers are really easy to put together. There's 5 of them. You got 5 torsos and you got 2 legs for each. Now on these sprues, just like with our Pathfinders, they have letters. So A belongs with A leg and A leg right here. So torso A, leg A, leg A. This next one down is leg C, and leg C is right here. You can kind of see in the reflection how they go together. So you'll you can cut those out one at a time and put them together along with their bases. And then you have the arms. So you have energy gauntlets or shields. So we're going to build 2 with shields, 2 energy gauntlets, and Dominator rifles. Plus, you have alternate weapons, which is the incinerator, which is like a flamethrower, and you also have your laser rifle, which is right here. Now, the laser rifle has a hand that goes with it. It's just you can just use a regular hand. It doesn't connect to the gun like your Pathfinders do. But I'll show you in the video how I handle that, because there's only so many hands that have the energy gauntlet, and there's only so many hands that have the hands are their arms for shields. So these would be arms to hold the shields, because the shields have the other half of the arm or the hand right there with a peg that you can put in there, just with these right here. Same with this other sprue. I believe there's 1 or 2, which is, yes, right here. So now, and keep in mind that the energy gauntlets are your left arm. Most of the rifles, the Dominator rifles, which is the normal rifles, are in the right arm. They do give you the option with a shoulder pad and this Dominator rifle to connect it underneath this pad here for the right arm, and they have a hand here which will connect with one of the armatures they have here to where you can have one that's holding a Dominator rifle with both hands. But we're going to have them all carrying all their Dominator rifles with one hand. We're not going to be using that. We're going to make an incinerator. We're going to make a laser rifle, and we're going to give them Dominator rifles and probably shields or energy gauntlets. I should take that back. We'll have energy gauntlets, but we're going to have 2 with shields because it's easier that way, and you can use them in Dead Zone as an extra type of weaponry to use to give a knockback, like the energy gauntlets and what have you. So that's what we're going to do with these. So we're going to crack on. Whew. We did it. We got them put together with ease and painlessness. But honestly, they look great. I hope this helped you guys out. I hope this helped that one fella out on Reddit on how to put these together and what to do and what to look out for. Just one thing to remember. When you're cutting these out, make sure on the sprue you see the little letter on the sprue, and I'll find an example. Let's see. There's letters on these sprues, and look at most sprues, because a lot of the new ones, especially for Kings of War, have these little letters that you can see. There's B, C, D, A. Cut out all your A's, put them together. Cut out all your B's, put them together. D's, C's, whatever they are, and put them together in a stack. There's certain things that you can make decisions on. Like the Pathfinders, you have to make a decision on their legs and their torso and which ones to put together. The Sniper, I love crouching down, but you certainly don't have to have him crouching down. But I did put it together as if it was on the box, and I do like that pose. But for the most part, there are arms and guns that match with letters on their sprue. Same with the pup, the Dogbot. The Dogbot has these little bitty tiny feet. And they'll have 2 that say L, 2 that say R, and they're not talking about this side as your left. This side is his right arm and his left arms, his left foot and his left foot, right foot, or his left foot and his right foot, his right and his left, and putting it together. The L and the R, that's what they mean for the Dogbot. Same goes for these guns. Obviously, the weapons go with weapons. These four right here will have matching letters. These four weapons, these tag rifles. This one does not because it doesn't have a connecting arm. You're supposed to use one of the spare arms. I put this gun and that pointing arm together. So same thing goes with the Peacekeepers. The Peacekeepers itself, you can use any heads you want, but the bodies and the legs, they go together based on that letter. So make sure when you're cutting them out, you use the letter torso with the letter legs. And when you're lining them up to put them on the torso itself, which you saw in the video, you try to make sure they're flat. The feet are flat with each other as if they're going to go on the base. And that is where you glue them together. I'd highly, highly recommend using any kind of liquid cement that bonds it and fuses the plastic together. This one here gives me enough time to line up weapons and arms. And it also allows me enough time to adjust legs where I need them to be so they'll fit flat, parallel on the actual base itself. So tell me what you think. Tell me if you put these together, and tell me your woes of putting these together, or just leave in the comments, hey, I put those together. These are awesome. I'd appreciate it. That's all I got, guys. Ta-ta!